Are you wondering if you need a wrist rest for typing? Well, the best way to determine that is what angle and position are your wrists in when you're just relaxing, typing on your keyboard and or using your mouse. Is it flexed? Is it extended? Is it ulnarly deviated? Is it radially deviated? Is it in any of those positions for a long period of time? If it's in any of those positions for a long period of time at your wrist, that can cause muscle injury. And if you feel at your forearm and you extend your wrist, you're gonna feel these forearm tendons and muscles tighten up. Same vice versa. If you flex at your wrist, you're gonna feel those muscles and tendons underneath tense up and tighten up. Same thing if you go to the side, and same thing if you go ulnarly or radially deviated. So that can cause muscle injury and tension in those tendons that can cause tendinosis or types of pains that we might feel when we're typing. So if you can notice at your wrist, if you can look at the side view and you see when you're not using your wrist rest, is your keyboard really thick and causing you to get in an extension type position? Or are you having to reach down for your keyboard? Or do you notice that your keyboard's pretty small and your wrist and hand is in an ulnarly deviated position? Well, in those sorts of instances, a wrist rest might help you feel a little bit better in your wrist. So if your wrist rest, if you can look from the side, does it allow a neutral position between your thumb, your wrist, and the middle of your forearm? If you can get a neutral position in your wrist and hand with the use of the wrist rest, it's doing its job correctly, and that's what you want to be able to alleviate any of that excessive extension or flexion, which can cause carpal tunnel, it can cause wrist tendinosis, tendonitis, all those sorts of problems that we don't want. So ultimately, you want to play around with that positioning to see from the side view if you're in any of those extraneous positions for long periods of time throughout the day. Another reason you can use a wrist rest too is if you're using it for a mouse. And a lot of the times you have a bone here in our wrist, it's called our pisiform bone, and our ulnar nerve runs right next to that bone. So sometimes when we're using our mouse, we pivot off that bone, and that can cause some grinding, some discomfort in that ulnar region. It could cause some numbness, tingling, or some pain. So you can also use a wrist rest for this reason, to be able to offload some of that pressure and some of those forces that might be occurring at your wrist and hand from resting your hand for 8 hours a day on your desk on a hard surface that might not be very giving. So this wrist rest can provide a little bit of support there, can help unload some of those forces that are constantly happening at our wrist and help your wrist pain feel a little bit better. So if you found value from this content, consider dropping a like or tipping a coffee. It really helps support the channel. And if you're wondering what the best posture is for using your mouse for long periods of time throughout the day for your wrist and hand, you can check out this video here, and I'll see you over there.